Thank you, Tom, and thank you for having me here today. So the first thing I get to do is a bit of a presentation here. So it's a Paul Harris fellow presentation, and this is the recognition is the Rotary Foundation's way of expressing its appreciation for a substantial contribution to the Rotary Foundation programs. It is named for our founder, Paul Harris, a Chicago lawyer who started Rotary International with 3 business associates in 1905. Paul Harris once said, "Perhaps dreaming is not so bad if one dreams good dreams and makes them come true." Personal contributions to the Rotary Foundation are an important element of foundation funds, enabling Rotarians and others to show their personal support for the Rotary Foundation doing good in the world. Rotarians can also use their recognition points gained through their financial contributions to award a Paul Harris to someone of their choosing. Today, we have the honor and pleasure of recognizing Tamis Green as she becomes a Paul Harris Fellow +3. This is awarded to her from Howard Civigals to acknowledge and thank Tamis for her support during his recent illness. Tamis, please accept our congratulations and a sincere thanks to both you and Howard for your support to our common goals of world understanding and peace.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Howard for his amazing gift and a gift that keeps on giving. Thank you to Rotary. I'm in the process of rethinking some of our giving activities, and I think this is going to encourage me to give even more to Rotary. So I appreciate that and know that your gift, Howard, and to Rotary has an deep impact for me. Thank you.
So Tamis, again, congratulations, thank you. It was special for me to be part of Rotary and to get the help from my many members. Last week, I guess the week before, we actually gave out 19 other ones that I gave to other members of the club. And so Tamis was unduly missed from that one, so I apologize for that. But rightly so, you get to be the star of this show. You're the one that gets it. So again,
couldn't have worked out better.
Thank you, Tamis, and thank you for all the others in their help and it's so good to be part of Rotary and get this help from everybody. So I thank you all. I'm actually going to run the meeting, leave the meeting shortly here too. I'm off to Tacoma North Rotary Club to give a presentation on foundation, which I'll then be giving back to, I'll be giving to you guys in 2 weeks, also a similar presentation. So again, I will thank everyone again. I appreciate all the support over the years and congratulations, Tamis.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Lana, would you like me to start my presentation?
Yes, and you can share the screen. It's ready for you if you need it.
I don't need to share the screen.
Okay, then I would suggest people put it on speaker view so they can see you better.
So before I start, thank you for having me here today. But I also just wanted to mention a few things about your club. I understand that you support an Interact Club who just held a food drive, and then you did a cleanup project this last Saturday at Burnham Drive, and you've just opened your 3rd little pantry. And I'm quite interested to hear more about those. So I may be contacting somebody for some information on those. But thank you for all you're doing in the community. You know, it would be nice to be in person, and hopefully the next time we meet, it will be in person. But you know, the best part of being a district governor is doing the club visits. The worst part is being a district governor and doing club visits and giving a speech. Will I inspire the club? Are the members interested in what I have to say? Can I keep you engaged? Will someone fall asleep during my speech? I certainly hope not. You know, Rotary is a service organization. Are you a Rotarian? or just a member of a Rotary Club? What do you need or want from your Rotary membership? Has anybody asked you? There are different types of members on the Rotary bus. There are the drivers. Those are the people who have vision and leadership. Then there's the navigators. Those are the people who navigate the vision to meet the goals. And then there's the passengers. And those are the people who should get the best possible experience out of the ride. You know, the world is a different place than it was 18 months ago. And yes, it literally zoomed by. But we all should be proud of how we approached the challenges as opportunities during the pandemic. Online meetings became a regular fixture as clubs invited guests from across the globe. Let's not go back to the way things were before the pandemic. Let's move forward to offer new experiences and new opportunities for our members to serve. Let's increase diversity. Looks different in every community, but we must welcome all people to join as passengers on our Rotary bus. And hopefully one day they will navigate or even drive the bus. And let's give all members equal access to serve their club and their communities by being inclusive in everything we do. Now, in 1990, I assisted the Oak Bay Rotary Club with their water park project. This was part of my Parks and Recreation job responsibilities. I wasn't a Rotarian at the time. I think I did a good job, but no one asked me to join Rotary. There were 2 people in the Oak Bay Rotary Club who knew me well. Nope, they didn't ask me to join Rotary either. Perhaps they thought I was a poor single mom who did not have the time or money to join Rotary. Well, they were right on the money part. However, Bert Wanton, who I'd never met, read an article about me in the local newspaper and called to invite me to a Rotary meeting. I was 41 at the time, and I was totally intimidated when I walked in the room. But I walked in, I looked around, and I thought, I could bring the average age down to 75. But you know, these people were so welcoming. They ensured I sat with someone. They explained what was happening during the meeting, and they followed up with me after the meeting. So after coming out of a very difficult marriage and feeling very insecure about myself, I found my people. Over the years, I not only gained many lifelong friendships, but I also practiced skills that helped me professionally, like public speaking. By being involved in my Rotary Club, I took advantage of opportunities to gain back my confidence. And all of this led to me finishing my career as a director of a Parks and Recreation department. And now I'm driving the big bus as district governor. You know, being involved at the district level has been such a rewarding and learning experience. I encourage all of you to get on board the big bus to help drive the district in a positive direction. Just ask AG Tom or Howard or Marilyn. They're already on the district bus. Now, I'll be honest with you. The first few years of Rotary were monetarily very difficult for me. I was solely supporting 2 teenage sons and all their friends who wanted to eat at my house. And I had a mortgage of 16.75%. Some of you might remember those. Sometimes it was difficult to find the money for the weekly lunches. I told the club, I'll be a good Rotarian. I'll help with projects and fundraisers, but don't ask me for money because I don't have any. And they never did ask. Because I worked so hard on club projects and fundraisers, and I even became the club president within 5 years, the club presented me with my very first Paul Harris Fellow. I was reduced to tears at the presentation, but this made me want to support the Rotary Foundation. So I tried to scrape together $100 every year to donate to the foundation. Some years I could, and some years I just couldn't. But the club never did ask me for money. Today, my life has taken a different direction, and during this Rotary year, I will become a major donor. Your club has 2 major donors, and thank you to them. There's other ways to support the Rotary Foundation, and one way is to become a benefactor. I did this early on. A benefactor is someone who includes the endowment fund as a beneficiary of $1,000 or more in their estate plans. If anyone in this club is a benefactor, thank you. If you're not, this is how easy it is. Just make sure your family knows you have committed to leave a minimum of $1,000 to our foundation after you're gone. Easy peasy. In fact, I have the forms and the benefactor wings with me, so you can contact me if you're interested. I have seen firsthand the power of our financial support of the Rotary Foundation. In my work life, a young girl came to me to ask about obtaining a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship. Now, this is a scholarship that is supported by the Rotary Foundation through our donations. It's a $30,000 scholarship to do postgraduate studies overseas. Jennifer was awarded the scholarship, but before she started her studies, she went to Uganda to work in a refugee camp for Right to Play Canada. There she met a young man, John, and John was from Rwanda. John's family had been killed in the genocide, and all that was left was John and his 2 brothers. Jennifer was so impressed with John because he could occupy the children and keep them entertained, but he had no equipment. He just used his imagination. She really wanted to help John, so she contacted her Rotary counselor back in our district. With Rotary's help, John ended up going to secondary school and on to receiving a master's in the University of Victoria in Canada. During this time, he earned money which he sent to his siblings to help with their education. John went on to work at the UN as a representative of UNICEF Canada. One of his brothers went on to be a Rhodes Scholar in a South Africa university. All of this because of one ambassadorial scholar we supported through the Rotary Foundation. If you want to hear more, attend the district conference and learning May 13th, 14th in 2022, in person in Victoria, to hear Jennifer and John's story and what they're doing today. You'll be inspired by their journey. Conference registration opens online January 2022. And by the way, the district is now accepting applications for the Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship Program. So if you know anybody interested, direct them to the district website under Foundation and they can find out more information. This is just one foundation story. There are so many others, and we still need to concentrate on ending polio. We are now 9 months without a case of wild poliovirus type 1 in the world. How great is that? Not to mention, Rotary has given us a new area of focus, supporting the environment. Creating a distinct area of focus to support the environment will give members and clubs even more ways to bring about positive change in the world and increase our impact. There are so many opportunities to serve to change lives. A few years ago, I was approached by a local grocery chain who wanted to do a project involving all the Rotary clubs in Greater Victoria. Now, what could be easier than getting 10 Rotary clubs to agree on a mutual fundraiser as well as a project in the community? Well, we did decide on a car raffle. We convinced the local grocer to pay for the prize, the car. So we virtually had no expenses, and we managed to raise $115,000. We then approached a nonprofit foundation and asked if they would match the dollars we raised. They agreed. So now we had $230,000, but no project. The foundation informed us that one of the biggest issues in our community was food insecurity. So the group thought it would be a good idea if we could gather the fresh fruits, vegetables, dairy products, etc. from the grocery stores and repurpose this food. This is product that the public won't buy because it's either too close to the expiry date or that bruised apple just isn't perfect, so they put it aside. Instead of these items going to the landfill, we propose they be sorted, cleaned, and redistributed to people who are food insecure. Now, doesn't that sound like an easy project? Well, my take from doing a project of this magnitude is sometimes it's best you don't know what you're getting into and just deal with the challenges one at a time as they arise. Yes, it's naive, but it does work. It took 3 years. We had a lot to overcome. There were so many obstacles. There were naysayers, government bureaucracy, as well as the logistics of how you get the food to one location sorted and then redistribute it. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but in March 2017, the Food Security Distribution Center opened in Victoria. A warehouse where 4,000 pounds of food a day, 6 days a week, was sorted and distributed to over 20 local agencies in the city. Food banks, neighborhood houses, First Nations, schools, food programs, seniors organizations, shelters. For the first time, these organizations and the people they serve had access to fresh foods. Today, not just one grocery retailer is involved. There are now 11 grocery chains involved, including Costco, plus farmers and groups that collect excess local fruits and vegetables. Today, 8 to 10,000 pounds of food a day is being diverted from the landfill and repurposed to feed the food insecure. We have grown from 20 agencies to over 90 agencies having access to this food during the pandemic, not to mention the benefit to our environment with this food not going to the landfill. Now, over 35,000 people in Greater Victoria have access to fresh fruits, vegetables, and dairy products that they never did before. All of this started with Rotary, but happened because Rotary clubs got together, worked with local businesses, and extended a hand to the community organizations. That's the power of Rotary. When you come to the district conference next May, on the Saturday night, we plan to transform the Food Security Distribution Center into a Western barn and have a barbecue. You'll be able to tour the facility and talk to the staff who operate it. So I hope to see you there. This is a historical time for Rotary. Let's seize these opportunities together by being open to new ideas and opening doors for others in our community and around the world. If you are just a member of a Rotary Club, you might be a rhino, Rotarian in name only. If you are a Rotarian, you are engaged. You know, Rotary's past, they focused on perfect attendance. I believe Rotary's future is focusing on perfect engagement. I would like to challenge each of you to help RI President Shekhar Mehta meet his goals by 1, introducing one person to Rotary, 2, participating in one club fundraiser, 3, participating in one club project, and 4, attending one club social. After all, the biggest reason people stay in Rotary is for the fellowship. There have been some changes in the administration of the district as we moved to DAC-DB from Club Rotary. The district is so fortunate to have talented people willing to work on our district website. The new district website looks fabulous and it is informative and professional. Please go have a look, rotary5020.org. The new website includes a speaker resource area and includes a list of the district initiatives clubs can have fun with this year. The People of Action photo contest. Your club could be one of 2 clubs to win $1,250 towards a club project. There's $500 matching grants for public image and membership initiatives that clubs can apply for. The Rotary Direct Challenge, the clubs with the highest percentage of members on Rotary Direct by May 1st, 2022, will share in over $4,000 prize money to do a club project. The first prize is $2,500. Every time you sponsor a new Rotarian, your name will be entered into a draw. And in April, we will be drawing a name to win a trip to the RI convention in Houston. Yes, it's important to do the good work of Rotary, but we also deserve to have some fun while we do it. So whether you are a driver, navigator, or passenger on the Rotary bus, the more you put into your ride, the more you're going to get out of it. Get the most out of your bus ride by being engaged. Wear your pin and Rotary shirt with pride. Remember, we are all ambassadors of Rotary. We have bragging rights for all the good we do. This world is a better place because of all of you. Be a face in the community. Lift up people with a smile. Be of service where you can. Have fun. And most of all, engage with Rotary. Thank you.